So I'm on my lunch break, and I decided I wanted to reply to the comment here, just real quick. What happens when you die, and are you able to? The gods able to interact, and how do clerics work? Clerics still work the same way. The gods are able to interact. It's just they don't try to physically manifest. There's nothing preventing something from spiritually manifesting on the planet. They just can't physically manifest, otherwise you're not going to be able to leave. So if someone were to try and summon like Tiamat or something, the aspect of Tiamat that they summon would be stuck on the planet and wouldn't be able to go anywhere. And if for some reason they managed to summon the actual deity Tiamat, then Tiamat would be stuck on the planet, which really wouldn't solve Tiamat's situation being in the Nine Hells. So they can still manifest their spiritual power on the planet, thus clerics are still able to get their spell slots and all of the other things without any real trouble. Death is very similar. If you're immortal and you die on the planet, your spirit is able to move on because spiritual matter, so to speak, is not contained by the planet's inability to move on to the rest of the multiverse. That's not the case if you are a deity or something that has surpassed mortal bounds, because the planet was specifically set up to contain things of that nature. In my lore, life and death are aspects. They're deities, so to speak. There are two beings known as life and death who set up this planet in order to contain things like that, so that you could lock, like an archlich up on the planet, and even if they chose to let their mortal form crumble and let their spirit pass on, only to, reform somewhere else, that's not possible. It's still stuck. It's a little wishy-washy exactly how it works. There's some deep lore there that I'm not going to bother getting into that kind of prevents certain things from being able to pass on. But for the vast majority, especially for player characters, unless you went really evil for some reason, which is totally possible, you're going to be able to move on after death. And that's part of the whole point of this place, is that if something were to try and pass on that is truly evil, it's not going to be able to go anywhere. But if you're not truly evil, you'll be able to continue on, is the general gist of how death works on the planet.